Hello, travelers. Let us just gonna fix this. Yeah, sorry I'm late today. That happened. Okay. How's everyone doing? I'll just put it onto sprinting time and can start writing. Yeah, I'm doing that. Continuing on with the Tavern Challenge. Well, I don't think I've written anything in the sprints yet. Doing the Tavern Challenge. I have actually started this time and read a decent chunk, which I'm surprised with myself how it. But yes. Still working. Yes. Yeah, so this is what I have so far. So the character on my screen and next to the sprint timer is Trixie. She is the proprietress? I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Hey, Elf King. Of my tavern, which I have called Distill. Which I know is spelt differently to distill, like when you're distilling beer, but it's meant to sound the same. But is on purpose written different, spelled different. Yes. So yeah, this is so far what I have is I have a little bit from Trixie's point of view. So she is a proprietress. There's every year, so it's across the road from the who did I call it, from the Illusion or Whispers of the Dark, basically their headquarters. So the secret evil group that I was writing about earlier, the antagonistic group, she's actually part of it, and but yeah, her establishment is across the road. So today I wanted to write about, let's see. Okay, so far I have food and drink stuff, base design of the tavern, and the fact that the interns from the marketing company, the headquarters of the secret organization across the thing, are they have their complaints every year about their logos that they need to make. So what I wanted to do today, and I wonder if I can write this, is I'm going to talk about the actual, what the menu is on, how she became the proprietress, if I get time, the magical heating cooling rocks, and the main thing which I wanted to write about, which I've now forgotten, golly, check my memory if I go back to this. So yeah, the complaint for drink design, bit about the... Oh, flip, I forgot. That's upsetting. Oh well. Hey, coffee! Thank you, Anvil. It's the stage. I won't write about the spice trade. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, there's a spice trade and a distillery and fermentation vats and all of the everything. So, you know, fun times. Oh, the other customers, not customers, other workers. So I'm gonna have a bunch of beastkin. Not all beastkin because they can't be dealing with the special spice, just the fake spice. Yes, so a little bit scattered just today, but that's fine. We can still get words out, and that's all good. So I have a list of things on my little notepad. If you want to see like I did in during what's it? Closet Forges yesterday or day before during one of their streams. I drew up a sketch. It's a basic sketch of the place, which then I actually started trying to measure it. So you've got the ground floor, and that's also part of the ground floor, and the top storage, like where all the fermentation and everything is. Hi, Real Salties, how are you going? And I didn't draw. I didn't redraw. I just have the RIP room, the lower level. That's where things happen that don't happen. Yeah. Because apparently that happens in this place. Like, all I started with this tavern challenge was just like this first little bit, the complaint about the interns. And that is somehow it started a lot of other stuff, which is really cool. So Real Salty, does it mind if I read what you have to see what it sounds like? I certainly can. I do have channel points. You can click the article showcase one. If you have enough channel points, let me know. Don't have enough. Okay. It's fine for today. Yeah, just put the link up and I can just read it out loud. Yes, my cat. Want to come say hello? bed to my dad. What?
Such a soak.
Yes, she is a sook. She's our sooky kitty.
Feels like quiet tea is streaming.
Yeah. Can you link up what it is, Salties? Send the link. Yeah, 800 words is fine. I think. Yeah, that should be fine. Spin it. Okay. Ah, jeez. Cool. Okay. Whisper. Shadow Legion novel number 1. Chapter 1, first day. Zane grunted a bit as he woke up from a dream of working in the forest. He wanted to get back to the dream. It was one he had often had, and it was such a nice... It was one he had often, and it was such a nice reprieve from his daily life. A dream of caring for his planet, keeping his home helping keep his home healthy. He lives in a town called Zenate, on a planet called Zen. I have no idea how to pronounce half these stuff, but if you don't mind, I'll just read it. If you want me to change how I pronounce it, just write in chat. He lives in a town called Zenate on a planet called Zen and lives with his dad because he can't afford college. It was his first day at college, but the first quarter tuition was already paid. It had eaten up most of his savings from his birthday gifts over the years and part-time job at the local botanical garden. Zane turned to get out of bed. Pulling himself to his closet, he pulled out a pair of jeans and simple hoodie to wear over the plain white t-shirt he threw on. Grabbing his hat off the dresser by the door, he rushed to his kitchen to grab something to eat before Kiara came up to pick him up. Zane didn't like to drive, so he hasn't ever really learned, and his dad is always busy, so Kiara was often his ride to just about anything. Zane cooked some eggs and ate them in a few quick bites. The doorbell rang just as he put the plate in the sink. "Ready," Kiara said as he opened the door to her smiling face. Her red hair was long and flowing down her back, her blue eyes shining with excitement for the day. Zane knew his expression didn't match her eagerness. He was already wanting to be back in bed, back to his dreams. "Just need to brush my teeth." He ran up the stairs, taking them two at a time. He looked into the bathroom mirror as he got his toothbrush ready. His hat covered most of his hair since he liked to keep it short. His hazel eyes were definitely not as bright and hopeful as Kiara's for this day. He quickly brushed, flossed, and rinsed out of his mouth with mouthwash before trying a very tired smile in the mirror. He headed back downstairs and smiled at Kiara. "Now I'm ready." He stepped outside as she led the way down to where they had parked. Her dress today was a light blue that almost matched her eyes. It flew around her in the breeze as she turned the car's edge and got into the driver's seat. Zane jumped in her car as she put the key in the ignition. The car made a small noise before it went quiet again. They felt as it lifted up, the air being blown under it, giving it just about a foot of lift off the ground. These things are basically expensive death traps. Zane pulled on his safety belt, wishing there was another way to be on time. Kiara laughed at him as she took off down the road. The drive to their school was only a short 10 minutes. On the way, they talked about their first day at school in previous years. "Remember when we started first grade and you decided that was the best time to try wearing a cape every day?" Kiara let out a small laugh as she shoved Zane, who was currently holding onto his safety harness like his life depended on it. "I mean, it wasn't my best moment." However, I remember 4th grade when you said one-piece pants outfits were the best thing. I think a cape is definitely a better outfit than full outfit pants. His grip loosened as he smiled over to Kiara. You were just jealous you couldn't pull it off. Which is why when you came over in 1st grade you stole all my capes. I never did get those back. I needed material for a dress. The two let out a shared laugh. Zane finally relaxing in his seat. I can't believe we're in college. It seems like only yesterday. In fact, do you have any capes left? Oh, hold on. Who's that talking? Oh, I can't believe we're in college. It seems like only yesterday. In fact, do you have any capes left? I'd love a new skirt. Zane shook his head as he looked out the window, thinking back to all their other first days. Remember in 1st grade when you didn't finish your homework? So we covered it in peanut butter and fed it to your dog. Zane finished the story with a smile growing, and his eyes now matching Kiara's excitement a bit more. When Mrs. Huff asked to see it, you said When Mrs. Huff asked to see it, you said, but my dog ripped it up. We had to convince my mum to write a note saying you'd been there that week and confirm the whole thing. The car slowed and lowered back to the ground as Kiara found a parking space. Finally, we made it to the college. Kiara and I parked the car and we grabbed our books and headed to our first class. They both went inside the class, and everyone was eyeballing Kiara like they had never seen a girl before. She ignored it though. Our teacher walked in and immediately started the attendance. Zen and Kiara both found a seat next to each other and began learning about the levitology, which is teaching what our planet does. Read aloud. Yeah, I'm intrigued. Yeah, I mean, I got a little bit lost about who was talking at one point, about halfway through. That is one of the same issues I had with my my stories, that it's so easy to, like, when you're writing it, to go, oh, it's easy to tell who's talking, and then when someone's reading it, they don't get it, and you're like, okay. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I'm very interested. And even though I couldn't quite tell who was talking, it was still pretty interesting what they were saying. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's my initial thoughts. And it's cool, like, even the bits that you're saying, like, just adding in the, not just, you know, he woke up and did this, but each sort of thing has he didn't like to drive, so he didn't learn. And that's why Kiara's there, and, you know, the dream is a reprieve, and then going into his local job and stuff, like, it's nice. Yeah, I like it. Was it helpful hearing it? I know I stumbled a little bit when I was speaking. Co-writing with someone. Cool. Nice. Neat. That looks like that being in page. Yeah. No, awesome. Yeah, if you guys have a good communication that works for you guys, that is great. Hello, Hello, Barossa Sparkleby. I have had a long week. I'm sorry. It's been a day. I still have work I have to finish by today, which is fun. So, but I'm like, it's my streaming day, so I don't know how long I'll stream for, but I am glad to be sitting here streaming. And doing writing stuff is necessary. Yeah. How are you going, Sparklebeard? Well, I was wondering if you're able to read it well. Yeah. You're trying to. Yeah. So I only just added the article thing today. I thought I had it earlier, but I only just added the article showcase today. So just for today, I can just read it anyways. But then after today, I will do, yeah, it'll just be through the points things. But yeah, so in the next break, I am happy to read it. Yeah, so just put the link up and yeah, I'll read it in 12 minutes. That's all good. really liking these World Anvil challenges. Yes, they are sparking off a lot of world building stuff, which actually ends up relating back to my story, which is handy. And just for myself, I'm trying to put in at least something to do with the story for each challenge as well. Which reminds me, that's another thing I need to add. Because I know Annabelle goes here, basically. Maybe some others. I'll work it out. Candle. What's the last publicly available item section is the dwarvish poisons. Yeah, this is very much not edited, which is fine because I'm just writing all the stuff out first. frequently will just view the article itself as I'm writing it, just to check it. Let's have a look at Barbarossa Sparklebeard's article. And I will put it on a different, so everyone can see it as well. Yeah, I forget how my shortcut is. Okay. The Black-Haired Dog. The Black-Haired Dog Public House, also known as the... If I pronounce something wrongly and you want me to pronounce it differently, just type in chat. Otherwise, I'll just continue on. Okay, the Black-Haired Dog Public House, also known as St. Lalquin Brewing Company and colloquially called Hetmet's Rest, is a pub located in the modern capital of Rathan. Founding date was year 637. It was a pub, tavern, restaurant. The current location of Rathan. Architecture. The Black-Haired Dog is a two-story building. Its first floor exterior is made up of exposed stone and mortar, while its upper floor is alabaster white due to the use of wattle and daub, and decorated with the dark wood half timbers. The first floor is notably taller than its second floor by 2 feet. The windows and doors are made of the same dark wood. A staircase in the back is the only access to the second floor and is locked off by a wrought iron gate door. The upper floor jetties outward to the street, extending the second floor by 2 feet. The first floor interior utilizes stucco and plaster to cover the stonework. The floor is made up of stone. Many of the tables and bar itself are made of dark wood. The house is lit with gas lamps. The street view is accented with 2 large bay windows. The second floor is the living area of the Mrena family, consisting of 2 small bedrooms, a bathroom, a kitchenette, and a living space. 3 windows in the living room point out to the street. Early history. Lalquin and Hetwit. Sometime after building the small chapel, Lalquin was interrupted from his nightly prayers by the whining of a small animal outside. Curious, Lalquin grabbed his shepherd's staff and lantern and went to investigate. Upon walking out, he discovered a mother dire wolf bleeding out, her side pierced by arrows and her breathing shallow. However, she wasn't whining, but a small, pure black puppy which had buried itself in her thick fur was. knowing the mother wouldn't survive and the baby had very little chance outside on its own, he adopted the pup and gave it the name Hetmit, meaning little loyal one. The two would become inseparable, eventually living another 40 years together before Hetmit passed. Lachlan would eventually pass away 4 days later. In 637, a new convert of the rapidly growing Drastic faith named Lachlan adventures for some months around Adras before discovering a spring bubbling from a broken stone on a hill. Believing it to be a sign from the gods, he builds a small house and uses it for church services. In 679, Lachlan passed away from old age, leaving the chapel to an apprentice and their sister. The chapel quickly becomes a destination for travellers to stop by and refill with the supposed blessed waters of the Lachlan wellspring. Their apprentices utilise Lachlan's former living quarters, as well as their own, for passing travellers. In 842, the chapel begins construction of a basement to house a brewery utilising the wellspring. This weakens the foundation of the church and needs to be reinforced. Shortly afterwards, rotted seals and poor piping causes the basement to flood with water, destroying the foundations and causing the collapse of the church bell tower. In 846, an alcohol-fueled bar fight in the chapel's public room leads to candles being overturned and a large fire that scorches the interior of the church. Following this incident, the parishioners are forced to close and sell the building. A local miller purchases the building with a few stipulations asked by the priest. He agrees and reopens the building 2 years later. He renames it the Black-Haired Dog Public House. Growing in popularity. In the 13th century, following the times of trouble, early historians were offered jobs by the new nobility to search for material to prove their legitimacy. 2 historians arrived at the Black-Haired Dog, where they were informed of the story of Lachlan and Hetmit, which had grown into a popular folk legend throughout the county. Astounded, the 2 included in their first publication a series of short stories and pamphlets called Adras, Its History and People. Shortly afterwards, people began making pilgrimages to the public house to view the grave of Lachlan. In 1488, as the city of Rathan now surrounds the pub, St. Lachlan is named the official saint of Rathan, ratified as the saint of protection, charity, brewing, and dire wolfhounds. Hetmit is also named as a saint by association, becoming the saint of joy and friendship. In 1646, the Black-Haired Dog celebrates its 800th year of business. In celebration, the newly formed Empire of Ardras names it a historical site and begins founding it to keep it open. Nice. I really liked that little bit. That black one in head to it. It's sad, but cute. I like the dark wood look. That was a cute spray. Yeah, I like it, and the fact that it gives that name. It's very nice. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna take a bio break and then jump into the next sprint. And I am back. So, I've actually quite enjoyed reading out both the Real Salties and Barbarossa Sparklebeard stories. So I'm considering, I'll work on it later, putting the article showcase less points, maybe halve it. But I'll just restrict how many one person can do. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's the fun. We can change things when we need to. Yeah, so thank you both for letting me see and read your first part of your story and your article. I like them both. I feel like this would be... Yes, I have put this in the wrong spot. That is fine. I can change it. That is a strange word to spell. Cool, so why I was dressed the way I'm dressed today. Knowing that I was working on the tavern, well, why my face looks like it does. I have beastkin in this world, and the like humanoid beast people. And so a bunch of these staff members are beastkin, specifically wolfkin and rabbitkin. That's a different story that happens. In this world. Possibly one of the VIP rooms. But anyways. Staff knows many staff. I should say many staff in the tavern in the hall. The hall and bar are east. you, my wonderful husband. Yes.
He's hot as you.
Yeah, fine. No, normally I add, like, instead of milk, the cold water.
Do you mean add some cold water?
No, it's fine.
I can add hot water. Boiling water?
You can just drink it as is. And just take smaller amounts at a time. So, yep. This is what I do as I write. My stuff, it branches off. So I'm writing about staff members, and I'm like, okay, cool, I've got beast can. Yeah, I do not have any animal ears. If I did, I would be wearing them, but oh well. Okay, actually, no, I do have reindeer ear things for Christmas, but I don't have any reindeers in my world, so. I think I just fit in the kitchen. So training. So yeah, as I'm writing this about the staff members, and I'm like, oh, actually, they probably have training, like, showman's, some form of showmanship training, especially behind the bar, because they have, like, there's a mini kitchen there, so it's like they get the food from the kitchen behind, but then, like, the final decorative touches, especially probably with the spice, especially the special spice, they kind of put on a show a little bit. Sassy Dink, how are you going? WA project coming along. So I'm currently working on my tavern challenge, and this is what I have so far, which is a lot more than I thought I would have at this stage. I haven't done it all today, but yeah, I'm like, it's less than a week and I've done all this already, plus a couple of, like, there's the base sketch and starting my measurements and stuff, which I will do up in a program sometime. So it's going well, yeah, because like I had an idea for words, proper sentences. They gave the tavern challenge, and I was like, oh, maybe this could be across the road from my antagonist that I was writing about the other week, and that could be where the interns complain about their first job they have to do. And I started writing that, and now I have there's a spice trade going, there's a distillery upstairs, there's the RIP room downstairs, shows, and all the barmaids are showman's people, and they have like really fancy, so like the walls, the dark elves have these like almost like rock waterfalls. So it's been fun. Yeah. So you started yours a little bit. Your tavern's going to be called the Shadow Glass Tavern. Nice. I like it. Yeah. Currently my tavern's called Distill, or Distill, which I know is spelt differently to distill, like when you're distilling alcohol. That was on purpose. And this is one of those where I'm like, I want to spell it this way, but I don't know why. But then I did look up like the prefix, like the prefix D. I'm just looking up, like you know, descend is the opposite of ascend, and like deactivate and activate, decontaminate, blah blah blah. And so then I was like, okay, well, what's the opposite of still? Which, you know, still is not moving or making a sound, just calm and silence. It doesn't quite work, but, well, because I got a spice trade going, I'm like, well, there's a lot of movement there. And there's sort of a lot of behind the scenes going on kind of things, so that's why I'm going with the name. So I like it for that. Yeah. So your species are fairy, and it's going to be in a shoe smashed with a mushroom. That sounds amazing. I love it. Yeah, I've got mostly dwarves, which are basically humans who can see magic. They can't use it still. Yeah, so dwarves, dark elves, and some beastkin as well. So a lot of the barmaids are running around with either wolf or bunny ears and or tails. Yeah. And so that's what I've just been writing about now, is the staff. Thinking of adding an apothecary in the basement. Yes. It's a much nicer than a experimenting on slaves room. Or, you know, spice storage. But yeah, there's a lot to the spicy spices. Yeah, so it's my dwarves and dark elves are different. Like, they split from humans and forest elves because they like 10,000 years ago, in the underground there's a certain moss called magic moss. Amazing name, right? Basically it kind of kills most people by potentially exploding them, but they somehow genetically, they kind of bred it into themselves. I read a little bit about it somewhere. But anyway, so special spice, or just spice, is made from the magic moss. However, it can only be given to someone who is a dark elf or a dwarf. Then, yeah, so some of the alcohol and just some other flavorings and stuff are made from that. Whereas the proprietress is super interested in all these things, and so she's made fake spice. So basically trying to recreate similar sensations and flavors of the special spice from non-toxic and non-poisonous materials, so that other people can eat them. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that sounds great. Yes, making drinks spices out of the spores of mushrooms. Awesome. Done World Anvil. I am loving World Anvil. Like, I love the linking of articles. That's sort of what brought me into actually using it properly. And I'm finding, yeah, I'm constantly using it now, like, oh, what did I say about this character and this thing? And yes, as I'm learning how to use it more, I'm loving it more. Yes, no, I love your tavern idea, Sassy. How many whole stuff do I have at once? I have 5 tables. Yeah, that makes sense. It's 4 bar stuff, 5 tables. July and December. Oh, is that summer camp and World Ember? Yeah, oh, Camp World Ember. I say summer camp, it's like winter where I am. I don't know why I'm looking out the window. I mean, it's been raining. Today it's been not raining, but it is overcast. Except when we had a coffee outside earlier, which was nice. The sun came out for a few minutes. Yes. Same. I was meant to say here, not her. Eh. I don't think I did today. I had someone come. I was in Noodly full stream. Yeah. But then again, time zones. But yes, I do try and jump on as many people's as I can at different times. Like streams. This is fun. It's fun seeing what everyone does, and it's nice chatting. I like hate talking on the phone or any other form, but I'm like with Twitch, I'm like, yeah, no, it's cool. Like, oh well. If it works, it works. Yeah, no, cool new layout times. Starting to use your planner again to keep track of what day it is. Yeah, I feel that. I got a actually from Coffee was talking about a desk calendar in one of her streams, like earlier this year. Can't believe it's already March. So I now got one for myself. Well, I think I got my husband to go get one that day or the next day. Yeah, so I have that like next to me, and this is currently March. And that reminds me of my days. What is... Oh, I'm like... I'm a few days behind. Yeah. Okay. Staff members. Kitchen stuff. How many staff in a kitchen would you have? Stuart, hubby dearest, do you know how many workers in a kitchen would be suitable for a, like my tavern seats 50 people?
I don't know. Magic throws in 50.
Yeah.
I don't know. 9 in the act, like doing the food, and then bartenders, waiters, that kind of thing.
So 9 in the kitchen.
I'm guessing because of magic. I'm not sure.
Well, magic doesn't... Magic, like, builds the houses and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just... Yeah, so...
Yeah, the actual
Yeah.
making of food doesn't really.
Maybe 9.
As far as I'm aware at the moment anyways. I'm sure my story will tell me later if that changes. Cool. Can we add an inn to a tavern, or does it have to be a strictly tavern pub? Yeah, you're free to add an inn, as far as I'm aware. I can... Yeah. I mean, mine is a bunch of things at once, but it is presented as a tavern. Yeah. I feel like she makes it look like a huge ass hotel behind it. Nice. That's good. Yeah, I think the main requirement was just that it has to be in the building template. Yeah, because the building section just says what's unique or special about the building your tavern is housed in. Was it always a tavern? Is the building repurposed from something else? For example, a castle, a spaceship, a mill, the skeleton of a giant creature, or even a giant tree. What is it made of? Is it freezing, cool, cozy and warm? How many floors does it have? How many rooms? Is it clean and beautifully painted, or run down and scummy? We're going to talk about where the tavern is too. Is it the only pub in a quaint village, a refuge in a desert oasis, or one of many dive bars in the bad part of a cyber city? How does its location affect it? You're adding the into it. Yeah, nice. So feel free, when you have finished your article, or just whenever really, I have words, sentences, like I've added article showcase to my challenge, channel points. I'm going to decrease the challenge points. Words. Speaking. Because I have fun reading them out loud. So I'll probably halve the channel points. So, yeah, so in any of my streams, if you want to use that. Twitch halfway of stream minutes so flustered like words can't speak. Breathe. Yes. Remind myself, breathe. Yeah, I often find, or at least today, not necessarily often, just today, like it's been a long week. Like I start saying something and then the other thing that I want to say comes up and then like brain's jumping over and I'm like, no wait, I should finish that thing first, then get to this one. Yeah, so I think today is the first time I've had the article showcase on my channel points. I thought it was on earlier. It's actually on there now. Today, I've had 2 people and we haven't used them today. After today, I'm going to lower the points. because I just enjoy reading them out. And it is basically me reading it out, maybe how I feel about the thing. It's not like an editing thing or something. I know some people do. I'm like, no, I can read out your work and show people, but that's about it for now. So I will have that. So when you finish your article or get to a certain point and if you want to show it off, feel free to, in my channel, come and show it off, basically. I'm very interested in your shoe, so I would love to see it. Yeah. And I'm like, yep, initial thoughts. And also means I will probably, if it's your World Anvil article link, probably like it. And during the challenges, I'm trying to comment on people's things. So, which is also why I've left Sparklebeard's thing open, because I would type out and comment later. Yeah, thank you. I thought the studio was... No, it's not stupid. Yes. But yes, no, it's nice when you have people who like your ideas. But yes, I'm very keen to see where it goes. Oh, it worked now. Yeah, I forgot to hit that one button. The emote rain. Well, it's like, there's a welcome rain and emote rain. But yeah. Yeah. So I think it's first time you... when I have it on. First time you comment, it rains down with your profile picture, and then every time you add an emote, it'll rain that. Yep. You could have kept streaming, but was having a hard time focusing. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes how it goes, it's just like, focus is gone. That's enough. Yeah, so I am really enjoying this stream today. However, I do have work that is due today, so I will probably just do one more sprint. And then go back to finishing before deadline. I think I also... Okay. Okay, articles can be no longer than 2,500 words. Cool. What my pronouns are, she, her. I often forget people's pronouns. Not because I mean to, but like, they all have H in it. H is brown, and so they're all kind of brown. All pronouns are kind of brown. Like, and yeah, random synesthesia pointing about me, and I'm like, okay. I try my best with people, but if I forget, I am sorry. Yeah, it's handy having that Twitch extension, but it only works on the, if I'm in Chrome, not in what's it called? Chrome, not in the Twitch app. I must say, I did actually run over to Discord today and check something before I commented in Twitch before, because I was like, oh, is this the right pronoun? And it was fine. So, yeah. Oh, good. So I'm up to, there are 9 kitchen staff. These 2 are fix this. How many staff need to run the fermentation and distillation columns? Question mark. I mean, most of them are dwarves and dark elves. A, because they need to be if they're touching spice. B, because that's the underground is where the dwarf and dark elf populations are. Well, they potentially Bellaclouche, which is this city, would have a few more other races. Like there's a couple of hidden fairies and people who don't want to be found. to say delivery boys, but I'm like, no, that's because they're not all male. Delivery staff works. It was like deliveryers. Animate your picture in Photoshop. I would rather just write. So, yeah, I find sketching it so much easier. I know with my bat emotes that I am currently. Like I made yeah, I did that. Like I drew it and then I scanned it and then I went into, well, I used GIMP because it's free. And then like, yeah, outlined it on the computer and stuff. But with the tavern sketch, because it's mostly shapes, I will probably just directly draw it, just looking at my sketch. I was looking at, you can do it on Inkscape, I think is what it's called. But I don't think they have the right colors. So I don't know what I'm going to do it on yet. There's a chance I'll just do it on Word. Well, I know where all the things are on Word because I've been using that for all my work stuff. So it's just like... whatever works when I get to it, it'll be fine. Yeah. It's like, I think there was another program specifically for like drawing house plans and stuff, but it just depends if I have time to work out how to use it. And then I'll probably put it in Photoshop equivalent to color it nice, because I want it pretty colors. I like colors. Ooh, so they actually probably... flowers and grass to show the size of the tavern. Yes. I can imagine it being very cute. So nice. I have... yeah, it doesn't really look anything like I'm thinking. Each room has feature walls that are I guess if you think of kind of molten maybe lava or something. Hi Zoe the Rhino. You kind of mix between moving lava and a waterfall, but out of rock. And they're just these kind of like swirling slow-moving feature walls in each room. But then also the rest of the walls are painted with like it's a black base, and then they're painted with like magic moss. And then all sorts of like precious stones and gems and stuff kind of everywhere. Yeah. Just, I like thinking of the looks of it. Yeah. How are you going, Zoe? I should check that I actually finished writing that in. I put that in architecture, but that's probably not there. Design. Just finishing up the short training courses for work, so you get to work in. Nice. It's just like 30 minutes each. You just read the transcript and take the quiz. Yep, nice. I have done that with things before as well. So, yeah. Yeah. If it works and you understand all the things you need to, it's fine. The crystals are also luminescent. Apparently. Cool. Awesome self. I did write that. Which is cool. So there's no light. Which is fair enough because like there's no sun or anything in the world either, so that makes sense. So it's optional voluntary training. All 6 courses will earn you half a point. Nice. Cool. Well, good luck. Stuff both in design and architecture, but like, or actually no, that makes sense, because architecture I could just be talking about the general. Oh, 2 points away from the race. Nice. Yes, nice. Yes. Oh, 3 years. Oh. Yeah, well, good luck getting those last couple of points. Yeah, get that raise. Yeah, fair. I feel like I had things I was going to talk about. And now, I don't know. Okay, I talked about the menu. I've talked about the workers. Oh, how she came to be proprietress. So I could leave the architecture for later. Okay, this brings on architecture. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so that was probably the last sprint, but I just want to finish writing this thing. So basically I'm going to write this paragraph and then we will read out to someone else. And then I'll go finish my work. And then continue writing afterwards. Yeah, I don't have too much to do, but I just gotta finish it. Something is... Has been interested in spice. Fake spice a thing beforehand, or did she make it? Oh, maybe she just made it big. Oh, okay, sidetracked. How she came to be proprietors and turned better spice. So part of the She tried to attend every single meeting. She's probably only 24 now. 16. Yeah, she'll be older now. Maybe not soon. I feel like she was quite young. Okay. Well, it's short, but that's fine. So, I need to edit that. I'm not 100% sure about the... if it's... she experimented on people she didn't like, or if it is... she's people she thought would react well to her spice drug. Anky dick. So that is where I am up to in my article. So if I have a picture of Trixie, I do want to add a picture of the menu, of the floor plan, maybe of the walls. Feature wall that goes like that, and then the kind of like like lines of glowing gems because it's pretty. um, and yeah. That's what I got so far. So, thank you for coming. About who to raid. If anyone has someone they want to raid in particular, let me know. I can see there's final boss editing, Ian to Ashes on, Usurper Kings, Coffee Quails, Foxy Riders playing Genshin. Let's see. Raid call. Let's travel on. And use any emotes you feel like. No idea who we should raid. Yeah. Yeah. Coffee, Usurper, Ian to or final boss. That's who I can see on my side. Okay, so Ianto's doing art at the moment. I think Coffee's the only one doing sprints. So, does anyone have a preference for sprint timer, no sprint timer? No preference. Okay, gonna eeny, meeny, miny, moe it. Okay, final boss editing. Let's go. Yeah, thank you for coming, Sassy. Yeah, thank you all who came, and thank you to Barbarossa and Real Salties for bringing in their writing. Yes, have a wonderful time zone, everyone. Thank you for coming. Travel on, write on, all the things, all the good things.